Okay, so today we will continue the concept of functions. So here, the new concept of referencing we will face now. So what is referencing? Okay, so before that, there is a category of function that we call is function calling by value and calling by reference. So just write here function calling by value, function calling by value, and another category is function calling by reference. Okay, so at first we see generally how the function works. So if it is the main function where we have two variables x and y, and we want to call a function, that means here the adder the function is. So adder function will take the value. Again, I say the adder function will take the value of x and y, and this the value of x and y will go to where? The value of x and y will go to a and b. Okay, so a will take the value of x and b will take the value of y. So the value is copied here. This x and y, the variable x and y is local variable to main. Okay, x and y is local variable to main. That means only the main function know about x and y. The validity of x and y will be retained in the main function, not in other function. And what's about the adder function? In this adder function, a and b is local variables to this adder function. Okay, so our main function x and y don't know about a and b. X and y can't control a and b. Rather, the value of x and y will be parsed. The value of x and y will go. The value, again I say, the value of x and y will go to a and b. So a and b will get the value of x and y, not the x and y itself. Okay, so when this adder function will start, actually adder function, if I say, then this adder function will be initialized such as a is equal to what? Value of x, and b will take the value of y. Okay, now the variable will be changed. That means a plus b, the summation will be returned. And again, if I say that a will change the value of x and y by double, so it will be like this, 2 into a. And again, if I say b is equal to 2 into b, and the summation of a plus b will be returned to the main function. So if the main function, the value is 10 and 15, the value will be copied to a and b. A will be 10, b will be 15. Then in this line number 6, the value will be doubled. That means previously the value of a was 10. Now it will be doubled to 20. The value of b will be doubled to 15 into 2. That means 30. Now it will be what? 30 plus 20. That means 50. So 50 will be returned here. 50 will be returned here. And in this case, in this main function, if you want to ask what is the value of a or what is the value of b, then it will be an error. It will be an error because the variable a and b is unknown to this main function. The variable a and b is the variable of this adder function. Okay, so the variable a and b, the life cycle or the lifespan, the lifetime of a and b is within this function. So when you return, that means when you go out from this adder function, the variable A and B will be perished, will be destroyed. Similar thing, x and y is the variable of this main function. So when you return 0, that means when you close this main function, the variable in x and y will be eliminated from the RAM. So now here the value of x and y is copied to A and B will update by double equation, that means twice into A, twice into B, and the summation of this will be returned to the main function. Okay, so in this case, the function is calling by value. That means function calls, when this function is called, that means adder function is called, it will take the value of x and y. Okay, it will take the value of x and y. And what will be returned? The return will be what? The return will be A and B. Summation of A and B. So if I just run this function, hope it will work. It will be, there will be no problem or error. Cout end L, it should be. Otherwise, it's okay. Oh, another error, cout A and B. It shouldn't be because A and B is unknown to this main function. So we'll get the value 10 plus 15. It shouldn't be 50 actually. So we just replace this one. It should be like this, or it is meaningless. So you just omit it. Now 10 plus 15, 25. Okay. But now if we just change this function a little bit, integer and A, integer and B. Okay. If I say integer and A and integer and B, what will happen? What will happen? Okay. So just write this function. Just write here output of function and nothing else. Okay. Output of function. And also you can write a line like this. Before function call, you can write before function, the value of x and value of x and y. Okay. And in the similar way, you can write after function. It is after function x and y. Okay. Here the change is that instead of writing integer A, you write integer and A, integer and B. This and symbol is called referencing here. So actually in this case, x and A are same variable. B and Y are same variable. Why same variable? Because in the definition of your function, you are considering A as a reference variable. Reference variable means where the function is called, that variable and the function variable, they are same. Here the function, now function calling by reference, not value. That means here in this case x and here in this case A, they are same. X and A are same, B and Y are same. Okay, so since these two variables are same, so if you change the value of A, that means if you write here 67 and if you write here B is equal to 89, now the variable x and y will be changed, because previously it was 10 and 15, but now it is 67 and 89. And how you change this variable x and y? Because x is a synonym of A, or you can say A is a synonym of X, Y is synonym of B. They denotes the same variable A and X. And how you have done this because in this function you write and. This and means reference. Okay, just write this function so you will check the value. Previously, before the function call, the value was 10 and 15. We write in the function x is equal to 10, y is equal to 15. And output of the function 156, that's okay. But after the function, the value is 67 and 89. The value is 67 and 89. Just here write endo. It will be more clarified. So what happens is that the value of x and y is changed in the main program. Previously, before the function call, the value was 10 and 15, but after the function, the value is 67 and 89. But if you just as previous, that means don't use this reference symbol, then what will be the value? It will be x will not be changed. X and y will not be disturbed by change of a and b, because now it is not reference. At first, a takes the value of 10, but a is updated to the variable 67. B, previously the value of b was y, that means 15, but now the value of b is updated as 89, and a plus b 89 will be returned, but it will not affect. Now this function will not affect what? X and y. And now if you just execute this function, x and y will remain same before or after the function. So this is called, now the function is calling by value. If you just observe here, before function it is 1015, after function this is 1015. So this is the concept of referencing. So the question is, why we need reference? We need reference because if we want to update several variables, then we need this concept of referencing. And if you just want to observe the change of reference, then we can just play this variable. That means instead of writing all this thing, if we just write the variable only, just only the variable, no function, so that we can check the effect of a and b. So integer main, here we will write two variable, integer x, or just one variable, that is sufficient. The variable x is equal to 10. Okay, or you can say we know that the name of our captain in this test match is Nazmul Hossain Shanto. So if our variable is like Najmul Hossain Shanto, okay, and he scored 106 or almost, yes. Now, if I say Nazmul Hossain Shanto played 106, okay. Now another variable, at home, the parents of Nazmul Hossain Shanto call this player as Shanto in home or at home. So if I write here integer and Shanto equal to what? Equal to Nazmul Hossain Shanto. That means Shanto, Nazmul Hossain Shanto is the official name, but his nickname at home, his parents called him as Shanto. So Shanto is not a new variable, or Shanto is not a new person. Rather, Shanto is the same as Nazmul Hossain Shanto. Okay. His relatives called him as Nazmul, as an example. Okay, Nazmul. Then Nazmul is not a new person or not a new variable. Rather, Nazmul and Nazmul Hossain Shanto, they are same. They are same. Okay. Now, if you want to observe the value of all those, that means Nazmul Hossain Nazmul, and then what? Then if you want to see its value, again you say you want to see the value of Shanto, and if you want to observe the value of the entire name, okay, so they are same, okay. And in the next innings or in the next if Najmul Hossain Shanto will continue his performance, we hope that he will make inshallah another century. Then if I say that Shanto will make a century, another century in the next match, so I say see out next innings. So what will happen in the next innings? If I say Shanto will score 123, okay, so if Shanto will play a innings and he scores 123, what about Nazmul? What about the Nazmul Hossain Shanto? Since they are same, so all the variables will be updated. So here we have three variables: Nazmul Hossain Shanto, then Nazmul. But this Shanto and Nazmul is not a new variable. Why? Because Shanto signifies, Shanto is equal to Nazmul Hossain Shanto. Nazmul is equal to Nazmul Hossain Shanto. So what will happen? So, and here you see, instead of writing integer, we are writing and. And means this variable Shanto is equal to what? Is signifies, or it is the synonym or another name of Nazmul Hossain Shanto. In this line number 9, Nazmul is also same logic, because here also we place this value and after that, if we change the value of any one variable, that means Nazmul or Shanto or Nazmul Hossain Shanto, since they are same, so after writing this line, Shanto is equal to 123, and if you want to see all the variables again, now you will see the variable here Nazmul. You just change the value Shanto, you just only change here, you just only change in the value of Shanto. But what will happen? Nazmul will be changed. Nazmul Hossain Shanto will be changed, because all of these variables are same. Just the difference is they have different name, but they are same. That is called reference. Okay. Nazmul and Shanto both are referred by this Nazmul Hossain Shanto. So if you change only one variable, others will be changed simultaneously. And if you just observe this, you will understand. So previously what? If you just compare the result, previously Nazmul Hossain Shanto is 106. So Nazmul is 106, Shanto is 106, and Nazmul Hossain Shanto is 106. In the next innings, Shanto played 123. Fine. But if you just see out Nazmul 123, Shanto obviously 123, and Nazmul Hossain Shanto 123. You just change in only one part, but the others are changed. Because again I say, so this concept is called referencing. Okay, and referencing, since if you just want to consider with respect to memory part, so if you think that we have the memory location, and memory location for whom? For all this. If we just consider this place and another place and then another place, so this is for Nazmul Hossain Shanto, and this is for Najmul, and this is for Shanto. So we have three variables, and if you just change the value here 1, 2, 3, so all the value will be copied, will be same, because their memory addresses are same. So what is its memory address? If you just want to see the memory address, if you just like write here, see out the memory address of all. Okay, if we just see, and now you write just in this way. Okay, see out, then memory address of Nazmul Hossain Shanto, and so instead of writing just only the variable, if you just place end of that variable, it will give you the memory address. So again, before Shanto, if you write end, it will give you the memory address. If you write end of Nazmul Hossain Shanto, it will give you the memory address. So if all the variables are the same variable occupying the same memory address, so their memory address will be same. And if you just run this program, you will observe that all the memory address of these three variables are same. Here you see 0x23fe3c, 0x23fe3c, 0x23fe3c. So these three same variable, same memory address. Okay, why they are same? Because you are claiming that the Shanto and Nazmul, these two new variables, they are not a new variable, rather they are the synonym. They are the synonym. Okay, that's why they are same. So this is the concept of what? This is the concept of referencing. Okay, but instead of writing this referencing, okay, if you consider that Nazmul Hossain Shanto is a player, that's good. Shanto is another player, Nazmul is another player. So then it will be not be synonym. They will be another. They will be another. Okay. So here you are just you are giving Shanto a new player, not Nazmul Hossain Shanto, our skipper or captain. Shanto is consider that Shanto is your friend or your elder or younger brother. Okay, and just he likes Nazmul Hossain Shanto, or he just scored a different match in your Asanullah or in any other playground, and he also scored 106. So his value is same as Nazmul Hossain Shanto at initial stage. Again, Nazmul, another person, he also scored 106. So he takes the value of Nazmul Hossain Shanto. But it doesn't mean that all these three are same. So previously, since all their variables value is same, so in this case, in 10, 11, 12, the value will show 106, 106, 106. But what about that? In the next innings, Shanto, your brother, consider that your elder or younger brother, Shanto scored 123. It doesn't mean that Nazmul, another person, scored the same thing, or Nazmul Hossain Shanto, our skipper, played the same score, because now Nazmul Hossain Shanto, they are different persons. They are not same. Here we just consider these three variables as three different variables. That's why previously all of them are 106, but now only Shanto will 123. But Nazmul and Nazmul Hossain Shanto, they will be previous value. That means 106. And their memory address will not be same because they are not same variable now. And if you just observe this thing, just play this program. Okay, and observe here. Previously, Nazmul or Nazmul Hossain Shanto or Shanto, they all have 106. That's fine. In the next innings, only your brother Shanto scored 123. But another person, Nazmul, and our captain Nazmul Hossain Shanto, they didn't score a new value. They didn't play. So their score will be as previous. So just observe here. At the first is Nazmul, previous score 106. Shanto updated his score 123. That's why 123. But Nazmul Hossain Shanto, again the previous. Why previous? Because they are all different. And if you just observe here, the memory address 0x23fe44, 0x23fe48, 0x23fe4c. So they are not same. So now the variables are different, their memory address are different. And in this case, so if you write 0x23 fe44, so here, so their memory address is 0x we just 0x23 fe44. Then here its memory address is 0x23 fe48, probably fe48, and here 0x23 fe4c. Okay, so this is the case. Now they are different variable. They are different variables, and if you just consider this as your RAM, so this is the RAM. This is your RAM of your laptop. So here the variables are placed, and 3 variables now they are different. But if you consider that they are same variable, so if you consider that they are same variable, again just back it and now if you just want to make the program run again, you will see that if one is changed, all the variable will be changed, and the memory address of all these variables are same because they are same variable if you place this reference idea. So now it is 0x23 fe3c, and this will be same for all. So if you just make a reference, so then they actually signifies the same. If I just want to copy this thing, I just copy this concept, and again I place this here. If I place this here, now the variable is what? The value is, just play again, it is 0x23 fe3c. Okay, so it will be now 0x23 fe3c. So this value is common to all. So this value is common to all because they are occupying this same positions. So now they are not existing, and actually now the fact is that this Nazmul, this Shanto, and Nazmul Hossain Shanto, now there is only actually one variable, though the name is different, but they are what? They are same. So all these variables signifies the same one. They all signifies the same one. So this is the concept of what? This is the concept of referencing. Now, and why we now the question is why we need referencing? Because we know that if we use a function, we can only have what? We can only have one variable update. But if you want to make several variable update, then we need what? We need the concept of referencing. So referencing will do what? It will change the variable in the function. If you initialize the variable, if you just give birth the variable to main program, but if you want to update all these variable in a function, then only, one of the way is using this reference. Okay, so the practical example of this concept and the other similar things will be accommodated in this program, Play Cricket. Already we have uploaded this program in the Google Classroom, so you can download it and you can run this program. Then you will observe actually why we need this referencing. Okay, so in this case, our main program is what? Main program is integer main, and within this main program, we write a function. And what is the name of this function? The name of this function is Play Cricket. So play cricket is the function, and it will, again, you observe here there is no parameter. So this is the function. So this is the function which has no parameter, input parameter, I should say, no input parameter. And this is a void function. This is a void function. Why? Because it is returning nothing. It doesn't return any value, and it doesn't take any value. So play cricket is a function. That means it will just run a function, but it will not return a value in this main program. It will not take any value from the main program. So very simple. Outwardly it seems it is very simple program. Okay, play cricket. Now we will, if you want to go to, now when you call this play cricket, the function will go to where? To this place where this play cricket is. Okay, and in the play cricket, what will happen? So if you want to just run a program to play a cricket, so what will be the organization of our program? If you just run this, or just sketch the idea of playing a cricket. So if you want to play cricket, so if your idea is to play cricket, then what will be the first case? Consider it, it is a T20 match. Okay, it is a T20 tournament. If you just consider it is a T20 tournament, then what will happen in this play cricket? So the first thing is that if you want to play this match, the first thing is that there will be toss. Okay, so the first thing is that there will be toss, and after that one team will play, one team do batting. So this is the first, and second is next team or another team will bat. Okay, so this is the second stage, and after that the score will be shown. The scoreboard score will be shown. So score will show the result. So your first duty is to make toss, which team will play. Then based on this toss, the team which will win, that team will play, and in the second innings the another team will play. Okay, and after the playing, at the final stage of this program, you will show the score. So here you have to call 4 function. One is for toss, then one is for first innings, play first innings, another is for playing the second innings, and the last function is to show this score. Okay, so this is the idea. And when, okay, just if you want to just go through this program, so we'll understand. So play cricket, here what will happen? So we have 2 teams, just we give the name of these 2 teams, since Bangladesh New Zealand match is going on. So just we consider our variable one, the name one, N1 is Bangladesh, and the name of, or the variable N2 is New Zealand. Okay, so after that we give the run R1. Initially the run is 0, the wicket is 0, and the run of second team and the second team's wicket and the second team's run is 0. And we initialize a toss, and you know that if you want to play a toss, it is a random number. So we just initialize the random variable, and after that, after playing this random variable, we will after the playing this random variable, the value of toss will be either 1 or 0. Why? Because this random value you are divided by 2, and you want the modulus. So if any variable is divided by 2, the remaining modulus will be either 0 or 1. So from this, since if you just consider, just for simplicity, if it is 0, then it is tail, and if it is 1, then it will be head. So it is just flipping of coin. So our this toss means flipping of coin. So it has only two outcome. One is tail, another is head. Just for simplicity, if you consider 1 as head, then 0 as tail. So if here in this case, if toss, that means the value of toss is 1, we know that if will only execute, if will execute if the logic is what? If the logic is equal to 1. So if the value of toss, that means if the toss will be head, that means 1, then this if block will execute it. And in this if block means if the head comes, that means the first team will bat. Okay, the first team will play. And in this case, in our case, the first team is Bangladesh. So at first Bangladesh will play and then New Zealand will play. Okay, so if toss is 1, then N1 is batting. N1 is batting means Bangladesh is batting. And if Bangladesh will bat, Bangladesh will play the innings. So we here write another function, that means play. And in this play, again, you see this play function has nothing to return. So this play function is a void function. This function will return nothing, but what thing it will do? It will update the run of Bangladesh team and the wicket of Bangladesh team. Because after playing the innings, initially the run is 0, the wicket is 0. But if Bangladesh team will play a innings, of course it will loses either some wicket or all of the wickets. And it will, of course, Bangladesh team will score run. So after this playing, that means after the execution of this line number 28, the R1 and W1 will be updated. Now the question is, Bangladesh team will play, that's fine. So why we need to give the run of second team, that means New Zealand? Because we make the program in general. So the general logic is that a team will stop batting when the innings will be reached. That means that here we consider our constant variable, but it is global. Why it is global? Because it is under no function. This variable n is global and constant. Why it is global? Because you see this n is under no function. It is not under main function, or it is not under play cricket. It is above all the functions. When you write include IOStream, include ctime, here you write this variable integer n is equal to 20, and if you make it constant. So this variable is global. So what is the supremacy, or what is the usefulness of this global variable? Global variable will be enjoyed. Global variable will be enjoyed by all the functions. You don't need to introduce, okay, this global variable to any other variable. That means this function play will use this global variable. If we need play over, this function will take this global variable, or show score, it will take the global variable. The play cricket, it will take the global variable. You don't introduce it all the times. Similar as sun, the sun is universal, sun is global to all. So if the people of Bangladesh, or the people of Iceland, or the people of Greenland, or people of New Zealand, everybody know what the sun is. You don't need to introduce everybody. So in the similar way, so this integer constant, that means this n is equal to 20, it is not under any other function. So that's why it is a global function. And global function, other functions, sorry, this is a global variable, and all the functions will enjoy this global variable, will use this global variable for their purposes. Okay, so here what happens? At first, in the play cricket, if the toss is head, then team one will play at first, then team two will play. And when the innings will be completed, corresponding run and wicket will be updated. So, and in the second case also, corresponding when the team two will play, so run of team 2 and the wicket of team 2 will be updated. The question is, why we need others team run? Because when you want to play, what is the logic when you want to play? The logic is, if our wicket is falling, it is natural case, wicket will fall. But if the falling of the wicket, initially all the variable, that means all the wicket is 0, run is 0, wicket is 0, run is 0. But when the match will go on, and if the wicket is falling, and if the number of wickets fall is more than 9, that means 10, then it is all out. So if the all out phenomena comes, okay, then that innings will be stopped. This is one logic. Another logic is, fine, wicket is less than 9, play is going on, but when the playing will be stopped if the over is n. So here in this case it is T20. So when the over will start from 0 over, okay, initially there is 0 over, and after playing 1 over it will be 1, after playing 2 it will be 2, and after playing n, in this case 20, it will be 20. So if the over will reach to what? The over will reach to n, or then what will happen? Or you can say just over is equal to 1, and when the over will be what? 1 over, 2 over, 3 over, then it will be what? It will be n, then the play will stop. Okay, so if you start 1, then the first over will play. If it is then 20, I should say, if the value is what? If the value is more than n, that means 20 is okay. But if it is more than, then the play will not continue. Okay, total over is completed. But another logic is that if your score is greater than the other team score, if Bangladesh played in the second innings and New Zealand play in the first innings, so Bangladesh, if the New Zealand innings is 150 and Bangladesh score 151, so Bangladesh don't need to play again or for the rest of the time, because already Bangladesh won the match. So this is the logic. So if the team is all out, or if the over is completed, total innings is completed, or the team will reach beyond the score of another team, then under these three logic, any of the logic, if any of the logic is true, then the game will stop. That means that innings will be stopped. So this is the logic. So that's why we need team one's the team which is playing is run, is wicket, and the run of another team. We need this. Why we need the run of another team? Just to compare. So our R1 will reach R2 or not. Okay, so that's why we need. So if we just observe the play cricket. So if the toss will be on for first team, then the first team will play. And why we are giving? Because the program is general, the play function is general. So we give the run of another team just to know we have reached that another team. But for the first case, since our R2 is not even play their innings, so their run is 0. So that's why what we have written here, if the opposite team runs is not 0 and our team will reach opposite team's score, then the play will stop. Because why we give this logic? R2 is not equal to 0. Because if R1 is the first team and R2 haven't played, then of course the value of R2 is 0. And if R2 is 0, then R1, if your R1 just play a single ball and give 1 run, then it will be winning team. But it is not the case. Just keep in mind. So that's why just in this case, logic is little bit complex, because if R2 is not equal to 0, if R2 is equal to 0 means what? It doesn't play it. Okay, that team hasn't faced any ball. So R2 is not is equal to 0. That means R2 has already played. Then we will compare R1 with R2. Okay, so that's the logic. Now, here you see. So if toss is win, R1 team will play, team 1 will play, then team 2 will play. Or else if it is tail, then team 2 will play at first and team 1 will play later. So this is the case. So team 1 will play at first, then team 2 will play. But if the toss is opposite, then team 2 will play first, then team 1 will play. Okay, so after the completion of this game, what will be shown? The score will be shown. So here, when you want to show the score, you have to give the name, the total run, and the wicket of both the first team and the second team. You will give those value to this function show score, and show score will show the result. And if you want to just go through this show score function, so what it will show, if R1 is greater than R2, then team 1 is the winner. That means N1 is the winner. And if the opposite, if R2 is greater than R1, then team N2 is the winner. So you don't need to write again if. So if R1 is greater than R2, then N1 is the winner, or else N2 is the winner. And okay, so the decision is okay, the result is shown. So who is the winner? And after that, if you like, you can show the score. The score of team 1 is R1 by wicket number, and for the second team, R2 by wicket number. So this is the case for showing the score. Now, in the play, so how this play function will work? So we know that the play function will work under what logic? The logic is what? For the first over, it will play. But we have to keep in mind that if it is all out, or if the over is reached beyond, or is reached to the terminal value, that means if it is T20, then 20. If it is T10, now T10 is a new culture. It is played in UAE. Okay, and if it is 1 day, then over n will be what? 50. And if it is test innings, generally in the test, it is almost what? 100 over or 110 over for any innings. So in this case, we can just give the limiting value, and if the limiting value have reached, then it will not play, it will return. Otherwise it will play. And what it will play? It will play a over. So if it is the over 1, it will play a over. Okay, and after playing the first over, you will see that over is played and the run is ato, wicket is like this. Okay, and again over will be increased. Now go to second over, then the second over in this loop. So after playing the first over, and again see what is the logic of this while loop. The logic of the while loop is true. That means the loop will, all the times it will play. But when the loop will stop, the loop will stop if this logic will be faced. That means wicket will all out, or over is reached, or first team will cross the score of second team. At that case only the return or the stopping of this play function will occur. Otherwise it will be played. So over 1, after over 1, it will play over, first over, then second over, then third over, it will go on. And in each over, what will happen? The run and the wicket of that team will be updated. Okay, so R1 and W1 will be updated. Again, we say in this case, all the functions are void. All the functions are void, because this function will not return any value, but all this function will update the variables. Okay, so just now go to this play over. So in this play over, again just see R1, W1. Here we use reference. Already we have discussed what the reference is. Reference, if you parse the variable as reference, then what will happen? The variables which will be updated in a function will be updated in the main program where it is called. Simultaneously, that variable will be updated in all the segments of that function or that program. That's why we are using the concept of reference. Now in this case, so since team1 R1 and W1 will be updated, but not R2. Again, we give R2 just to compare. So again, as in just in the reality, if Bangladesh will play, the score of Bangladesh will be updated, not the New Zealand. So if Bangladesh will score, Bangladesh will play, will use the batting session, and the score of the New Zealand will be updated. So it is completely bogus or meaningless. Okay, so that's not big. So when a team will play, its score, its wicket will be updated, not the score of the other team. Okay, so we need to give the other team just to compare that whether we will cross the score of that other team or not. So again, in this over, what will happen? So in the play match, we will play the total innings. The total innings, how many over? The total number of over is n. N will be 10, or n will be 20, or n will be 50. And in the test case, generally it will be 150 or 130, whatever. Okay. Now for each over, in each over, if you want to play an over, actually you are playing 6 ball. Generally, we play 6 ball. For simplicity, we are making this program simple so that we are not considering about no ball or white ball or extra ball. We are not considering. We are considering that it is a simple cricket. There is no concept of what extra ball. That means white ball, no ball. Not the conception of this is included. And start from ball 1, and the loop will continue until the ball is less than 7. That means ball 1 is that means ball is less than 7. It's okay. Ball will increase and ball will be 2. 2 is less than 7. That's okay. And when the ball is 6 ball will be played. That's okay. When the ball is 7, it is not okay, because ball cannot be 7 in a over. Again, we say we are not considering the extra ball. Okay, so for 6 ball it will be played, and what it will play, it will be a random number. So you will sum up the total the run in each ball to the score R1. Okay, so R1 plus equal to, that means what? R1 is equal to, it means what? It means R1, new R1 is equal to old R1 plus current run plus current run in this ball. Current run in this ball you will place. And what is the current run? Run is rand modulus 5. So what will be the run? Since the score is something by 5, so it will be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5 and 6. So again, in this simplicity, we are considering that the run will be within 0 to 4, no 5, 6, or 7 or whatever. Okay, we are just limiting the value. Okay, then if the run is not greater than the opposite team, it will continue. Otherwise, if the team run of team 1 is greater than run of team 2, then already it owns the match. The team will win the match. So we don't need to play again. We will quit. So quit means what? Quit means return. Return means what? Actually, return from this function, return from this play over function to where? That means where it is called. So where it is called, play over function is called in this line. So when you say return means it will return to the parent function where it is called. So if I say, if you just see the main function, play cricket, and after the play cricket, if you like, you can return, or you don't need to just return, no problem. Okay, it is not return 0, it is just return void. If you write nothing, that means it is returning void. Okay, so in this case we know that our play cricket is a void function, it returns nothing. So we will just like to write just return, not return 0 or return 1 or return 2. No. So this is the case. Again, so in this playing of this play over, So here we are just playing this match. And for the falling of the wicket, so how many, that means what is the rating of falling a wicket? We are giving 7%. Again say, rand is a value. When you divide it by 100, what will be the value? The value will be from 0 to 99. So whatever the random value modulus 100 will be what? The range is what? The range is 0 to 99. And 0 to 99, if the value, whatever the value comes, if it is greater than 93, greater than 93 means what? 94 to 99. So if the value is 94 to 99, then wicket will be fall. So again, you can say the percentage of wicket falling is what? The percentage of wicket falling is 7%. And why we are writing this? Because otherwise, how we will decide how many wickets will fall? Okay. So for this reason, we have calculated that if you consider that it is 20 over. So 20 over means how many ball? So it is 120 ball. If it is 120 ball, so how many wickets should fall within this 120? So if the in 120 ball, if the wicket is 10, so the percentage of falling the wicket is what? The percentage of falling the wicket is less than 10%. Okay. So if 10 ball, if the 10 ball or the 12 ball, again say, if 12 ball will be faced, then 1 wicket will fall. If you consider in this way, then in the 120 ball, the final wicket will be fallen down. So if you just want to just write for simplicity, if you calculate by yourself, in our T20 match, if your T20 match, we have 120 ball because the over is 20 multiplied by 6. Okay, 20 over, and in each over there are 6 balls, so total is 120 ball. And how many wickets we have? We have 10 wickets. 10 wickets. 10 wickets. So if you want to fall the wickets in regular interval, so after 12 ball, the first wicket. Okay. And after 24, then what? If we just consider in regular interval, second wicket. So in this way, after maybe 119 ball, you will, or in 120 ball, it will be what? It will be 10th wicket. So if this is the case, then again you see. So what is the ratio? The ratio is 1 by 12. The ratio is 1 by 12. That means 12%, you can say. Okay. So how we will make it 12%? So make this value as what? 12% means 88. So if the value, if you place the random number, so if you want to make it 12%, just simplicity, just consider, if you make it 12%, how you will make 12%? How you will make this 12%? The 12% is that if you make a random number, the random number is 0 to 99, and if your random number is greater than what? 12% means 88. Okay. 12% means 88. So if your random number is within 0 to 99, and if it is more than 88, then you will get the 12%. If you make the random number 50, then it is 50%. If you make it 25, then it is the opposite of 25. That means you are allowing 75%. Okay. Less than 25% is fail, but 25 to 100, that is more. So in this way, you can play the range of the percentage for allowing. So here we are considering as 7%. Okay, the percentage of falling the wicket, probability of falling the wicket is 7%. So that's why we are placing in this way, rand modulus 100. Okay, and if the value is greater than 93, that means 94, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So almost it is 6%, not 7% actually, it is almost 6%. Okay, and it is natural. So you can calculate in this way. Just consider how many total balls is and how many wicket is generally 10. So you can make the ratio. So after, if you consider at regular interval how the wicket will fall, so that you can make the percentage. So if it is T20, you can make it what? You can make it 12%. If it is 50 overs match, it will be less than 12. The 50% of it may be 5% or 6% like that. Okay, so in this way you can make the falling of the wicket. Okay, and again after the falling of the wicket, if W1 is reached to 10, that means all the wicket, that means it is all out, then you will return or quit that innings. Okay, and otherwise the ball will be increased. So this is the total program. And again, see, in the total program, what are we writing? Before integer main, we are not writing the total, that means complete program. Here these are the calls, the uh, function we are here writing. We are writing function what? Declaration. It is, we are writing, at first we have to declare the functions. So this part is for the function declaration, or we can say this is called function prototype. This is called function prototype, because here we are just mentioning that we will use that function. So in this case, the return type, in this case void, we write the name of the function, we give the bracket, we just mention the variable type. We don't give the variable name here. Okay, we just mention the variable type, and after each line we are placing the semicolon. So this means these are called the function prototype or function declaration. So this is your function declaration, where we declare that we want to use this function. Okay, so this is the rules of C++, that if you want to use a function, you have to declare at first. You want to use C in, C out, so you have to declare at first that you are using IO stream. So in the same way, if you want to use this function show score, play over, play cricket, then you have to mention this before. But you don't need to write in details. You can write in details here, but general practice is that you want to declare those functions previously. Then if you need any global variable, you can write it, and then you will write the main function, and after the main function you just write those functions in details. Okay, here after that we just write those function details, and if you just want to overview this, you will understand. So this is the initial part, where the function is declared, where the libraries are used, and after that we write the global variable. Then this part is for the main function, and after that you will write the details of each function. That means the function definition. So here we are doing what? We are doing what? Now we are doing here function definition. We are defining the function now. We are just writing the details of the function, how the function works. Okay, so this is called function definition, or you are defining the functions. And after that all the functions. So here we have play cricket. We have writing the complete function of the play cricket. Then what? Show score. We are writing the enter function of show score. Then what? We are writing the function play, and in this play we are calling the function play over. So this is your play over. So all these functions are here, and if you like, you can just execute this function to see what happens. Now if you just see here, so in the first case, New Zealand is batting. Okay, New Zealand wins the toss, and it plays for first over, second over, third over, up to it plays 20 over. Total score is 226, and the wicket is 6. And first over the Bangladesh batting. In the second case, Bangladesh will bat. Bangladesh plays 19th over, and in this case, New Zealand is 226, Bangladesh is luckily 226. New Zealand is the winner, but it shouldn't be, by the way. So we don't actually give the provision of the toss. Sorry, for the what, the tie session or the tie scenario. We haven't considered it yet here. So in this case, we consider that since New Zealand loses the wicket less, so we can give priority to New Zealand in this case. So New Zealand is the winner, and afterward the score will be shown in this case. So again, if we in this program, the score is 226, but New Zealand played at first. Again, run the match again. So in this case, what, Bangladesh is the first team. Bangladesh scored 265. And what about the New Zealand? New Zealand played all these overs. Okay, the 20 over. It has 1 wicket, but the New Zealand couldn't make that reach that target. Okay, so Bangladesh is the winner. So it can be, since this is the random number, so if you just run this program for several times, you will get the several scores. So again, if you just play again, so here at first New Zealand batted, and the good side is that only 3 wickets they loses, but the score is 241. Bangladesh plays tremendously well. Bangladesh loses 4 wickets, but Bangladesh don't need to go up to the last 20 over. Within this 19th over, Bangladesh reached the 244 and Bangladesh win this match. So we consider all the basic scenario. That means the falling of the wicket, all out, the amount of the over for the total over. That means in this T20 match, so 20 over. And what's about if the second team crosses the run of first team, then it will win. You don't need to continue the match. So here in the 19th over, Bangladesh crosses the score of what, New Zealand. So it stopped here. Bangladesh don't need to play the 20th or the last over because already Bangladesh won the match. So in this way, you can just get the idea of how the critical or a little bit bigger function works. And to execute this function, you have to consider all the sub function. Okay, that means sub function means function is calling another function. So our main function is main. From this main function, we go to play cricket, and the play cricket we sequentially go to other functions. So this is the case.